Hey everyone, I just want to say hello to you. I I guess I just wanted to jump on, and just show a little solidarity with the parents of of Dante Wright, who was 20-year-old who was killed, whose life was taken from him by veteran cop in Minnesota. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Honestly, I have been crying my eyes out over this incident, um, listening and watching his parents' interview on GMA with Robin Roberts, their pain, um, Attorney Crump responding to this incident happening. I'm a mother of a 6-year-old boy, and it keeps happening over and over and over again. Um, Attorney Crump said it best. These types of these types of incidences, or as they're saying, she accidentally shot Dante Wright. You're not seeing this happen to anyone else. Only people of color. Only, only people of color. Um, Again, this officer, 26 years veteran on the force, also a training officer, we learned. Was even training an officer on the job, right? And she makes a grave mistake, allegedly a mistake, right? So, in my crying and just putting myself in this situation and just saying, what if it was my son? You know, what if it was my son? I'm seeing all the debates all over Twitter, people who are saying give the officer a benefit of the doubt. You heard in the video where she yelled taser, taser, and she thought she was pulling her taser and that it was a mistake. And you know what? I have mulled that over in my mind. It could have been, let's just say her mind flipped or whatever in the heat of the moment, and she thought she was pulling her taser, Let's just say she actually thought she was pulling a taser. Um, in that case, she needs to come forward and own up to what she did. How many of you agree with me? Say I made a grave mistake. I took someone's life, and that she is ready to take all full responsibility, to take on the consequences of taking this young man's life, who, by the way, was a father, who has left his own child fatherless because of her. So, that's one scenario. That's one scenario. Yeah, could have been a mistake. But in that case, come forward, right? In that case, come forward and say, I made a mistake. I accept all consequences for my actions. That's what needs to happen. I also thought about it from a different perspective, You hate to think about it like this, but my husband and I, we were just kind of mulling it over, and because these are the things we do, because we are a Black family with Black children who are afraid for our children. We're afraid that our sons and daughters are next on the list. If you're not walking around in this skin, You cannot relate. You cannot know the fear that we feel now, um, the fear that every family of color feels when something like this happens over and over and over again. If we don't speak out, it keeps going. We're speaking out and it's still continuing to happen. Still continuing to happen. And but I thought about it like this, like as I was saying, my husband and I, we were just discussing it, and you know, is there a possibility that she could have yelled taser, 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 and with the intention of pulling a gun? Yeah, so that it would look like on video it was an accident. I know you're probably like, Cynthia, maybe I'm stretching now. There are people out here who look at us just because of our skin color, right? And they feel that we are subordinate just because of our color. And they'll do anything to take us out one by one. There are people like that in the world. There are people like that that still exist. They do. Could she have had those thoughts? A little deception thrown in there. Who knows? Who knows? But I will tell you, I know all of these protests are happening across the nation right now, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, once again. Once again. When does it stop? We keep saying that. We keep saying it. When does it stop? When does it stop? If you haven't, if you didn't catch the interview, like I said, with on GMA with Robin Roberts, with the parents of Daunte Wright, just tune into it. I'm sure it's on all platforms, and just the pain that you'll never ever see your son, never see your child again. Listening to Daunte Wright's mother talk about the moments when he called his mother and told her why they pulled him over, because he had air fresheners on the rearview mirror. And she said he was scared. Shot by a 26-year veteran police officer. Training officer at that. So I just want to say, I just needed to voice my feelings about it as a mother, as a person of color, as a person who cares. This is what's been on my mind every single day since this has occurred. We all have platforms, and this is the time to use those platforms to stamp out injustice, to let people know it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not right. We won't just lay down and just let this happen. We will not go back. We will not go back in time. This is not okay. So, again, my heart goes out to the family. We love you. No amount of money, no amount of condolences will ever bring their child back. Just doesn't happen that way. The officer involved, the 26-year vet, We do know, I think she resigned from her position, but she needs to come out and she needs to admit, like I said, if it was truly an accident, if she really, really, in the deepest of her hearts and minds, felt as though she was pulling a taser, she needs to accept the consequences and fully state that. Fully state it. It is unacceptable that this would happen. Even much more unacceptable from an officer with that much experience and on the job that long. Not a rookie, no. Someone who knows what she supposedly is supposed to know what she is doing, who supposedly knows how to handle these type of heated situations. America, again, has failed us. America, again, it fails people of color over and over, it seems. These are just a few of my thoughts from a mother, person of color, Black person, a person, a mother in a family that has Black children, that I have to sit down and talk to them again, over and over again, about these incidences, what's happening, why they are happening, and if you're ever in that situation, what you should do, the preparedness. Black families in America have to prepare their children to go to war. It's basically what it is. Black people, people of color in America, you already know, we always have to prepare our children to go to war. There's no other way to say it. We are watching it unfold in front of our eyes. Mistake? Accident? We just don't know. But what we do know is that life has been taken, a life of a 20-year-old we can never, ever, ever get back. So I just want to say I love you, mother and father of Dante Wright. I love all of you who stand with this family, and stand with you, those of you who fight for justice. It takes all of us to make a change. So, unbelievable. Just like I said, I'm floored, absolutely floored. And just needed to vent, needed to talk about it. So, okay, just like so many of the other cases, we continue to watch so many of the same incidences happening at the same time, happening right after each other. It seems like justice keeps escaping us. Of course, we already know Colin Kaepernick had it right. Colin had it right. We know.